What if the sun suddenly disappeared? Picture this. You're sipping your morning coffee, the dog's begging for a walk, and the sun's shining bright. You step outside, take a deep breath, and then, bam, the sky goes dark, like the universe just hit the off switch. The sun? Gone. Vanished without a trace. What's next? Would you panic, grab supplies, or just stare at the sky, wondering if aliens pulled the ultimate prank? Today, we're diving deep into the wild, freezing, and downright bizarre scenario of what would happen if the sun suddenly disappeared. This isn't just a thought experiment. It's a roller coaster through a world without light, warmth, or hope. Buckle up because it's going to get chilly. What's going on? You're walking your dog when the world plunges into darkness. Streetlights flicker on, distant stars peek through, but the sun's nowhere to be seen. Your phone's buzzing like crazy. Social media's exploding with hashtags like sun gone and apocalypse now. News channels are in overdrive, tossing out theories. Aliens stole the sun, a cosmic blackout hit, or maybe the sun just burned out. But let's get real. Can the sun even do that? Scientifically, no way. The sun's a massive ball of plasma, sizzling at 5,800 Kelvin, hot enough to vaporize diamonds, graphene, or even your favorite gaming console. It's not some candle you can blow out. It's powered by nuclear fusion, crushing hydrogen into helium for billions of years. But for this video, let's play along with this sci-fi plot and imagine the sun vanishes. What happens next? Here's the kicker. Sunlight travels at a blazing 671 million miles per hour, 1.08 billion kilometers per hour, taking 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach Earth from 93 million miles, 150 million kilometers away. If the sun disappeared, we'd have a few minutes of normalcy before the world went dark. You'd still see the moon, planets, and maybe some constellations for a bit, reflecting the sun's last rays. But soon, it's just you, a pitch-black sky, and a whole lot of questions. Why is it so dark? Is this permanent? And most importantly, how do we survive? A historical hint: the year without a summer. This isn't the first time humanity's faced a sunless scare. Let's rewind to 1816, known as the year without a summer. In April 1815, Mount Tambora in Indonesia erupted, spewing 9.8 cubic miles, 41 cubic kilometers of ash, and 10 billion tons of pyroclastic material into the atmosphere, along with gases like sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide. This wasn't a disappearing sun, but the ash cloud blocked its rays, plunging the northern hemisphere into chaos. In New England, snow fell in June. Lakes in Pennsylvania stayed frozen year-round. Salem, Massachusetts, hit triple digits in early July, then crashed to the 30s and 40s by the 4th of July. Crops withered, leading to widespread famine. A cholera epidemic swept through, killing millions. Mass migration followed as people fled food shortages, and apocalyptic preachers popped up, claiming the end was near. This event gives us a glimpse of a sunless world, but a total disappearance? That's a whole new level of chaos. Tambora's eruption cooled the planet by about 1 to 2 degrees Celsius, but a missing sun would be catastrophic. Let's explore the immediate fallout and long-term consequences. The immediate aftermath. The sun's gone, and panic spreads faster than a viral meme. Within 24 hours, society starts unraveling. Social media's flooded with theories. Aliens block the sun. It's a secret government experiment. God's had enough. Looters hit stores, grabbing blankets, food, and batteries. Governments try to enforce martial law, but it's like trying to calm a toddler during a sugar crash. If it's winter in the northern hemisphere, the cold hits harder and faster. Warmer regions like the tropics hold out a bit longer, but even they're unprepared. Flip-flops and shorts don't cut it when the temperature plummets. The Earth starts cooling immediately. Within 1 week, the average surface temperature drops to 32 degrees Celsius. By the end of a year, it's a brutal 150 Fahrenheit, 101. Rivers and lakes freeze over, and even oceans develop a thick, icy crust. Deeper waters stay liquid for thousands of years, insulated by surface ice, but that's little comfort when the world's a giant freezer. The atmosphere starts acting weird, too. As it cools, it contracts, and water vapor condenses, triggering blizzards worldwide. Winds whip toward the equator, growing colder and stronger, disrupting jet streams and creating chaotic weather patterns. The big freeze, nature's collapse. Without sunlight, photosynthesis grinds to a halt. Most plants die within weeks, unable to produce energy. Big trees, like oaks or redwoods, might survive for decades thanks to stored sugars, but they're not growing. they're just hanging on. No plants means no food for herbivores, which spells doom for carnivores. Scavengers might last a bit longer, picking at remains, but the food chain collapses like a bad sitcom. Humans, we're in deep trouble. No crops, no livestock, just whatever's in your fridge or pantry. If you didn't stock up on canned beans, good luck. The atmosphere's not doing us any favors either. As it shrinks, denser gases like oxygen sink, while lighter ones like nitrogen rise. This could make breathing harder in some areas, especially at higher altitudes. The sun's gravity also keeps our solar system in order. Without it, Earth would shoot off into space at 67,000 miles per hour, 107,026 km/h, along with other planets and comets. We might get caught in another star's gravity in a few thousand years, but that's a long shot. For now, we're just a rogue planet, drifting through the cosmic void. Humanity's struggle. Let's say you're on the US West Coast, near the Pacific, when the sun vanishes. The ocean's a natural insulator, slowing the cooling process, so you've got a slight edge. You're quick on your feet, you brave the chaos to grab cold weather gear, first aid supplies, fuel, and non-perishable food like canned soup and granola bars. Then you barricade yourself at home with your family and your trusty dog. But society's falling apart. Within days, most people succumb to hypothermia, starvation, or violence. The elderly, young, and sick are hit hardest. Electricity fails. No more internet, TV, or electric heat. If your town relies on solar-powered streetlights, they're useless from the start. Fires become a big problem. People burn anything they can for warmth. Furniture, books, even fences. But with no firefighters, these fires could spread, torching entire cities. Coastal areas face another threat. Tidal shifts and wild weather could cause flooding. If you're slightly inland, you dodge that bullet. 3 days in, you step outside to a frozen, apocalyptic wonderland. Snow blankets everything, and the silence is eerie. Most of the population is gone, but the survivors you meet are ready to work together. Your best shot at survival? Go underground. Could we survive? Long-term survival means building a self-sustaining habitat. The Earth's geothermal heat is your best friend here. At about 1 mile, 1.6 underground, temperatures hover around a comfy 75.5 degrees, 24.1 degrees, thanks to a geothermal gradient of 1 degree Fahrenheit per 70 feet, 25 degrees per kilometers. Icelanders have a leg up, with access to geothermal vents for heat and energy. Another option? Underwater habitats near volcanic vents where warm water could sustain life. But both require serious tech. Think air filtration, artificial lighting, and hydroponic farms for food. You'd need a cooperative community, not a free-for-all, to pull this off. Sunlight does more than keep us warm, it boosts our mood. Without it, depression could spike, so mood enhancers or therapy might be crucial. Imagine living like mole people, pale and squinting under LED lights, growing algae for food. It's not glamorous, but it's survival. If you planned ahead, say, built a bunker with food, water, and air systems, you could keep humanity going. But let's be honest, most of us wouldn't make it past the first week. The cold, hunger, and chaos would be overwhelming. The bigger picture. A sunless Earth isn't just a survival challenge, it's a cosmic wake-up call. The sun powers everything, our climate, our food, our energy. Without it, we're reminded how fragile our existence is. Historically, events like the 1816 catastrophe showed us what a dimmed sun can do, but a total disappearance would be orders of magnitude worse. Scientists estimate the sun won't die for 7 to 8 billion years, when it'll expand into a red giant, swallowing Mercury, Venus, and likely Earth. Until then, it's our lifeline, keeping us at the perfect distance for life. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. What if we could prepare for this doomsday scenario? Some futurists suggest building underground cities or space habitats now, using geothermal or nuclear energy. Others propose bioengineering, plants that thrive without sunlight or humans adapted for extreme cold. But these are sci-fi dreams, not reality. For now, the sun's still shining, and we should appreciate it. What would you do if the sun vanished? Stockpile food? Build a bunker? Or just hug your dog and hope for the best? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Closing thoughts. The idea of the sun disappearing is a wild thought experiment, but it shows how much we take our star for granted. It keeps us warm, grows our food, and lights our world. Without it, we'd be scrambling in the dark, fighting to survive. Luckily, the sun's not going anywhere for billions of years, so we can keep enjoying sunny days and starry nights. Next time you're outside, take a moment to soak in the rays. They're more precious than you think. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.